All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, the Hamashiach, who some call Yeshua. Yahawashai, Yeshua, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. I appreciate all the subscribers, man. All my, everybody, part of the family, man. That hit the comments and told me the video was trash. Well, they told me that there was no volume to it the first time we put it up there, and I found that out to be true. So we have to redo it. That's part of. Sometimes these things have to be redone. A lot of times you think, oh man, you just did it that time and you voted it up. No, sometimes you got to do things over and over and over and over. And that was my fault because I just woke up, did it, did the video, then check, then just assumed that everything was okay. When I cut the computers on and all that, and that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. But all we doing here is just want to give a salute to the brother. We went hard on the brother about KP serves with that interaction. He had a slip of words, and we was reading the text. And we don't win them all. Sometimes we play a slip. A righteous brother slip, but this didn't. I want to salute him because it didn't shy him away from these dialogues. It didn't, it didn't make him just want to walk away. Well, I don't even want to do it no more, and I ain't even want to do it. What I'm saying? It just, sometimes you need certain things like that to come back stronger, to get more inside of the text. Sometimes the Most High sets people up that way, to have them go through certain things, to have them have certain setbacks to build them up. That's how the thing works. Sometimes you have to have rebuke. Sometimes you have to, iron sharpen iron. We say that all the time, but sometimes, sometimes you got to get confounded a few times to get stronger. And we be trying our best not to get confounded. Ooh, I'm not going to get confounded. And, sometimes that's what gets you to a point where, you get to that point where it's hard to confound you because you make sure you're diligent with your studies. You make sure that what you're teaching is proper, and you understand all the loopholes, or you understand the opposing views also, so that you don't get caught up in this. But he's having a dialogue with a Christian brother that allegedly hits him on Instagram and talks all kinds of trash and say, hey, if I was there, I would have did this and I would have did this and this and da 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 da. And I ain't deal with none of that. You can go and watch the first 20 minutes. The brother's very patient with the brother, lets him give his breakdown, and then he comes back with one verse, and the brother just trips and fumbles on this one verse. So let's look at this thing. We're going to look at about 5 minutes, but make sure y'all go to Sicarii Southeast to see the full footage of this video. And salute again to Sicarii Southeast. I don't know the brother. Well, the brother name is Nakamaya. I might be saying that wrong. Nakamaya. Let's salute to the brother.
It's judge.
What you mean the created thing is judge?
Well, you agree that angels are created, correct?
Yeah. I believe Christ was created.
Okay, no problem. That's incorrect. But
can I show you otherwise?
Can you do what?
Can I show you according to the scripture why I believe it?
Sure, if you'd like to try.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay. So this is Colossians 1:13, and I'm gonna also get Hebrews 1. So this is Colossians 1:13. It said, who has delivered us from the power of darkness and has translated us into a kingdom of his dear son, and whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. So this is referring to Christ, correct?
We have redemption through the blood. Woo! Even the forgiveness of sins and the forgiving of sins. And like, we have to deal with that word even. You really need to understand that word even, how it's used. Especially if you're going to be a KJV onlyist. You need to really have a good understanding on the word even. I mean, even. it's really not even necessary. We do, in whom we have redemption through his blood, and you can put and the forgiveness of sins, even the forgiveness of sins, but the redemption through his blood is the forgiveness of sins. Or it'll say something like the Son of God, even Jesus Christ. It's like they the same. Israel, even the 12 tribes, something like that. But you really need to get an understanding of that even. I'll do a separate video on that. But this even can trip a lot of you up, and a lot of times it's in italics. A lot of times during that time, it made sense to put even there. But now in today's time, even has a different kind of meaning to it in modern times. And if you don't understand the way the text is, the way the KJV translators are using even, you can get tripped up with that one single word. Very important word because it's used heavily in the KJV. Let's go to.
That is correct.
It said, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn creature, the firstborn of every creature. So what does it mean that Christ is the firstborn of every creature? And creature meaning you were created.
That's not what that means, sir.
So creature don't means created?
Okay, all right.
Can you answer that question directly, please?
Sure. Yeah, creature means created. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, creature means created. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're the firstborn or the image, right, or the icon in the Greek, the firstborn of every creature, that means you were created, correct?
No, that does not mean that. If he's created,
is a creature created?
Hold on for a second, brother.
Can I just finish my line of question? You see how I let you talk? I let you talk, and you constantly want to interject me, but y'all accuse us of doing that.
No.
And that's a fact. Like I said, you go to the video, you watch those first 20 minutes, you'll see that the brother let the brother go. He let him go. And now it's his turn.
Oh, but because you're conjecturing, and that's not.
You've been doing this the whole time, and I literally just let you go with the flow. I let you stop. So right. Can we be respectful to each other and do that?
Sure. All right, no problem.
All right, cool. So look, you admitted a creature is something created, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's the firstborn of every creature, calling him a creature, how is he not created?
Okay, sir. Okay, you asking me a question?
Yes.
You know how a child when a child know they in trouble, man, and you trying to get that child to explain themselves, but they trying to come up with something to try to finesse their way out of it. Man, we having a dialogue. Yes, I'm asking you a question, sir. Y'all, my bad, man. Hit the wrong button.
To keep your hairline where it is? Through hims.com, you can explore a range of options.
Oh, boy. Hold on. Oh, man.
If you're responding outside of what's at hand, like
I don't even know.
Finish my line of question. You even the forgiveness of sin. So this is referring to Christ. Creature meaning you were created.
That's not what that means, sir.
So creature don't means created?
Okay, all right. Can you
answer that question directly, please?
Sure. Yeah, creature means created. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, creature means created. Yeah.
Okay. So
if you're not sure, it's okay to say you don't know. Let me come back to that. Let me come back around to that. And then go, man, maybe show some other thing. But once you put yourself out there on something you really weren't sure of, and the reason you're not sure is because if you do that, it's not gonna go well for you. But you should have just looked the word up. If you don't know, you're not sure, Just look the word up and then deal with it from there. But I don't think the brother even thought, having this dialogue, he even thought about Colossians 1:15 and having a breakdown for this verse. And you got to have breakdowns for these verses. I know the opposing view is going to go to Isaiah 9:6 and say the eternal Father. I already got a breakdown. I already know how I'm dealing with that. When I know when they go to the verse, it says that I am before Abraham, I have talking points against that already. You have to know the opposing views. You don't have to know it, but you need to know it because you need to know how to defend. You don't want to be in a place like the brother and he's trying to like, wait a minute, that was in there. That's what kind of seems like that's the situation he done put himself in.
You're the firstborn, or the image, right? Or the icon in the Greek. The firstborn of every creature. That means you were created, correct?
No, that does not mean that. If he's created,
is a creature created?
Hold on for a second, brother.
And if you're saying it don't mean that, then you have to break the verse down. We have built a culture within these dialogues, especially amongst Israel, among ourselves, that we want to go everywhere else. Just break down this verse before you go anywhere else. Give me you disagree with me. Let me know exactly what this is saying then. What does it mean that he's the firstborn of every creature? Now, I already know the opposing view. This brother's not going to say this, but I know people go into the Greek and say the firstborn has something to do with authority. That he's the firstborn of every creature, meaning he has the highest authority of all the creatures, of all the things that were created. But that don't mean he was created, which is fluff to me. But I do know the other stuff. I know the other side's talking points. All right. I know what you're going to say before you say it because I studied what you said. I studied both sides before I made my decision. And you should know the other side. If you don't know the other, that means you didn't study both sides. That means you just parroting. You just parroting, and you really didn't do diligent studies. If you just looking at one side of the story.
Can I just finish my line of questions? You see how I let you talk? I let you talk, and you constantly want to interject me, but y'all accuse us of doing that.
No, but because you're conjecturing, and that's not.
You've been doing this the whole time, and
you're conjecturing.
And I literally just let you go with the flow. I let you stop. So can we be respectful to each other and do that?
Sure. All right, no problem.
All right, cool. So look, you admitted a creature is something created, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's the firstborn of every creature, calling him a creature, how is he not created?
Okay, sir. Okay, you asking me a question?
Yes.
Okay.
I said,
see my brother being patient. And that's why I salute him too, because brothers dealing. He has a little more patience with the brother, but the oil running out.
We both agree that a creature is something created, correct?
For the sake of argument, yeah, sure. Yeah, creature means created, yeah.
You just admitted it. Now you want to change it because you.
Because if our aim is to educate, then we don't want to. I don't want to use conjecture. I don't.
Bro, we're literally breaking down the scripture. This is not.
This don't have nothing to do with nothing. And there were people in the chat wondering why did he have the mask on. And now that something telling me the mask is hiding something that he don't want to be seen. I don't think it's for protection against illness. I think it's just brother may be embarrassed or something. Maybe his dental work ain't all the way there. And maybe he needs some, but that's neither here or there. But that just came to me.
not conjecture. Let's look up the definition of conjecture, bro.
Of conjecture?
Look, I'm going to go by the definition and show you that I didn't do that.
Sure.
A conjecture is an opinion or a conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. We're not on the basis of incomplete information. We're
Brother went and defined conjecture.
reading a scripture. So all we're doing is going to the scripture and we're breaking this down. This is not a conjecture. This is literally what we're doing. We're breaking.
And you know, if the brother agrees with the definition of conjecture and it wasn't conjecture, there should be an apology.
Breaking down who's who and what's what in this scripture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ignore the fact that you said that and just basically bore false witness on that, right? But cool. It said the image. So this is Christ being the image of the invisible God. It said he's the firstborn of every creature. You admitted a creature is something created. We can even go to the definition and agree that the creature is something created. So if Christ is a creature, he's the firstborn of every creature. That means he was created, correct?
That is incorrect.
Okay, so you just disagree with the Bible, but go ahead.
No, I did not disagree. Like, listen, understand this, brother. When you're using the Bible to explain truth, you either believe...
Brother, can we just go into the dialogue, bro? Because you literally going into something that don't even matter, bro. Like, look, can you please just correct me on this scripture? Let's just deal with King James Version, not your opinion right now. Can we go to Colossians 1:15 and break this down for me, please?
Okay.
What does it mean?
You just read Colossians 1:15.
Yes, just like I let you read Genesis 1:26. I let you give your opinion. I gave mine. You asked me a question. I went to a scripture. We agreed on the scripture. Then you disagree once you realize it when it gets your point. But now I'm letting you go to Colossians like I went to Genesis 1:26. Give my understanding. You can now give your understanding and we can move on.
Nah, but that's the thing. I don't want to give my understanding. I just want to support scripture with scripture.
Brother, all you got to do is just give your understanding like you just did on Genesis 1:26.
You can't support scripture. You can't support Colossians 1:15 if you haven't told me what it means. See, a lot of times when we're dealing with text and then we'll jump to somewhere else. No, man. Like I just said with this, you gonna show me a verse. I'm gonna tell you what it means. Whether I agree or disagree with you, I'm gonna first tell you, what I think it means if I disagree. And then I'll go to somewhere to support that. But you should be able to read this and have some kind of glimpse of that understanding of what it means to be the firstborn of every creature before you go somewhere else. Well, I don't think, I don't think the firstborn means authority. Okay? The firstborn really means authority. Okay. So that means he's going to have the highest authority. So now I'm finna go and show you where firstborn means authority. And then we do it like that.
No, what I really want to do is just... If
you're running from this scripture, that's what you're doing.
Hold on for a second. If my response to you is the way that you tell me I have to respond, then this isn't going to work.
Well, if you're responding outside of what's at hand, like you brought up a scripture, I let you break down the scripture. Then I gave my opinion on the scripture. You interjected and then asked me about the scripture that I broke down, and then you said it's wrong. Then I go to a scripture. You literally didn't address the scripture, so now you're trying to run away from the scripture that I presented instead of showing me within that same scripture that I'm wrong about this scripture. So if you can just give me your understanding on this scripture, everybody in the crowd and me are going to now understand the truth of how this is actually broke down. So you have to go ahead and stop trying to run from this scripture, read it and break it down just like I did with your scripture.
No, you didn't break my scripture down.
I did. I literally gave my opinion on it.
That's what I'm not here to do. I'm here to give facts. That's it.
Okay, so what?
I'm here to give facts. You know, you giving your understanding, man. You can't just say your understanding. But again, y'all go to Sicarii Southeast. Y'all watch the clip. You know, they didn't get past this. I don't know if they got past, but no, I don't think they got past it. But you know, this is just some of the stuff we have to go through to learn the art of dialogue, man, of how to have these dialogues without taking things personal and understanding what's required. Before you get on the panel, understand what's required. You need to have a good understanding of this thing before you move on, and understand that people are going to bring up scriptures for you to break down. And you need to break those scriptures down before you jump somewhere else. A lot of times in this culture, we like to, well, you know, that ain't right because this right here say this over here. Well, before you say what that says over there, tell me what this says. Tell me what this says. Don't try to put a scripture against a scripture. You know, you just grabbing stuff from all over the place. No, tell me what this means. Then go somewhere else, because usually when that happens, they never come back to the verse. We never come back to Colossians 1:15. I pray this thing was edifying. Again, salute to the brother Nacha Ayamaya. You know, Shalaki if my brutal, you know, destroying your name, brother. But Sicarii Southeast, y'all go over there, man. Like, subscribe. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the button. Watch the whole clip. It's a good clip. If you liked this little insert that we showed, it's much more. It's much more on the brother's channel. You know, watching the whole video. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. Y'all be blessed. Grace and peace.